I need everyone's help. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you don't like me. It doesn't matter. I'm dealing with a situation where my family member is undergoing some serious surgery. Um, and the cost for the surgery is pretty expensive. So there's my Cash App. And if you would like more information about this, you can simply just email me at ypeopleyyy@gmail.com and I'll give you as much information as I can without violating HIPAA. In addition to that, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that my family member gets through this because she sacrificed a lot for me and I sacrificed a lot for her. But I don't mind working extra, doing what I need to do just to help her. So, and the good news is that after the surgery, that's it. You know, she'll be fine. It's just high costs, and as I stated before on my TikTok, she has to take out a loan. And yeah, so whatever money that I make off of streaming and whatnot, it's going straight to her. But Wilkins, won't this mean that you going back to college will be impacted and all that? Who cares? I'll be able to get in college. I'll be able to do all of that. Right now, someone's health is at risk. So, whatever it is that y'all can do, some miracle, whether it just be $1, two, whatnot, it's all just going straight to her. So, whatever it is that of extra funds that I have, I will help to contribute to that. It's just whatever it is, that's what I want to do. So, I really appreciate that so much. Uh, so for all that being said, let's talk about something a little bit more positive and uplifting because holy crud, that was a bunch of doom and gloom. Just wanted to get that out there. So ypeopleyyy@gmail.com. Whoever is hearing me, lurking and whatnot, share the stream. It really helps out a lot. And with that being said, howdy hey everyone, how y'all doing? The new Doom game is phenomenal, and I would like to talk about it because I don't want to think about my family member undergoing some serious surgery at her age. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna pull out my list of topics, and we shall get started. Let's- Where is the silly me? It's on my notepad. All right, there we go. Let's talk about Doom the Dark Age. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Doom. Let's talk about something that's a little bit more uplifting. I like the game. I know a lot of people have issues with it. I've seen the critics, I've seen the reviews. They're like, oh, the game is this, oh, it's crashing on me, and it's this. And all I can tell them is it's a Bethesda game, a Bugfesta game. What do you expect? I do have some minor gripes with the game. It's not the story, it's not the cutscenes, they're fine. It's mostly just certain design choices that kind of baffle me. Like the levels that are designed by Panzer Dragon, I don't understand why they designed it this way, but it kind of slows down the flow of the gameplay. Same with the huge Sentinel robot fights. All of this is cool, but I don't understand why it's just not an additional game mode instead, like a mini game or an optional mini game. Why are these levels forced? You're Doom guy. You want to be Doom guy going around and destroying, decimating, and blasting at demons and corrupted angels. Why in the world do I want to get on top of this dragon and get on a giant robot? Wouldn't it be cooler if Doom guy can actually scale up, you know, the behemoth and actually rip its head off, crush its skull? I think that would have been cooler, but nah. But nah. Instead, you know, we're just gonna do that instead. We're just gonna, you know, do these levels. Another Another minor issue that I have is just the levels are way too big. A lot of y'all probably noticed this, but as I was playing the game, I found myself to be stuck in certain areas where I kept asking myself, where do I go? Why is the level design like this? That's because they're way too big. In Doom Eternal Doom 2016, the levels were kind of big, but they weren't too big to the point where you didn't know where to go. You knew exactly where to go from point A to point B, collect this key card, which I'm sick and tired of the key card mechanic. Please get rid of it. It's so annoying, or at least give us the option to at least bypass it. Because Doom Guy can just punch a hole through a wall or punch 1,000 holes through a wall. I'm just saying, can we just have that option, please? I don't care if I don't get an achievement for that. Just give us that option. That would be really cool. But when you make levels that are way too big and it confuses the player, it kind of just slows everything down because you just want to be Doom Guy going around just blasting away. But I constantly have to do this, solve a puzzle, whatnot. It's like, why? It reminds me of the issue that I had with Doom Eternal when it had those awful platforming sections. And then, of course, they brought it back in Doom the Dark Age. Just, no. Jeez, I already talked about like 4 issues with the game. What else do I have an issue with the game? Oh, the fact that it's unoptimized to the point where it causes, like, it pretty much puts a lot of pressure on my 3070 Ti, where it turns my whole room into an oven. Like, it's like incredibly hot. I wish they would fix that, please. I'm honestly getting really sick and tired of playing unoptimized games, and it causes me to have to keep open up the windows, open up my door. I play most games, and I don't have to do this. It's just pretty much a nuisance at this point. Also, the customization is pretty bad. It was already bad in Eternal, really nothing special. I don't understand why there wasn't some customization options for this 70 going on $80 game with $100 premium edition. So the DLC is kind of pointless, except for the campaign DLC, obviously, and the soundtrack. And the soundtrack's amazing. I don't know why people keep saying the soundtrack isn't good. And there's issues like, oh, Mick Gordon's not part of it, and I get that. Everyone loves Mick Gordon. I love Mick Gordon, but you got to branch out and let other people try. Even Mick Gordon would agree with this, unless it's like something serious where id Software Bethesda just can't seem to come to an agreement with Mick Gordon. Then understandable, but if that's not the case, then maybe ask Mick Gordon how he feels about it before just making claims that, oh, the music's terrible, because it's not. It's actually really good. All the Doom music is good, even from the, despicable and diabolical, version, the game Doom 3. The music is fantastic. The gameplay is just, ugh. For a Doom game, it's bad. For a regular game, it's pretty good. And then I will say the last issue that I have with Doom the Dark Ages, it was the same issue that I had with and Doom Eternal. There's not much else to do. After you beat the game, you can replay it over and over and over again, but where's the battle mode? And the unlockables, just like with Doom 2016, just like with Doom Eternal, are once again useless. You just unlock stuff and that's it. Where's the cheat codes? From Doom Eternal. Bring that back. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love the Dark Ages. It's still, honestly, if Mistfall Hunter doesn't come out, it's still gonna be my game of the year. It's a fun, frantic, fantastic game, and I love every minute of it. Seriously, buy this game when it's on sale. Sub home and just want to drop by. Doom Dark Ages gameplay stuff, but the GC port needs to be fixed, like for real. Yeah, and thank you, homie, for spreading the word about what's going on. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. You're a real one for that. And just know that if the roles were reversed, I got your back too, man. I would definitely immediately send, a few, several dollars, to help out. So, with all that being said, let me just go ahead and bring my attention to the Doom games. The Doom tier list of mine. If y'all want to know what the Doom tier list is, just check out my YouTube channel. And then I'm going to pop this up now. Now, you probably thinking to yourself, hearsay, how dare you put Doom Eternal on Great Games? It's an amazing game. Well, it's kind of interesting because the same issues that I had with Doom Eternal creeped up in Doom the Dark Age. Not worse, but it felt as if they didn't really learn from why people had some minor gripes and issues with Doom Eternal. For starters, the platforming. I could not stand that platforming. It was just no. And I felt like Doom Eternal could have used just a few more weapons, just a few more new weapons, you know? Instead of just, I mean, he had new weapons, but I feel like Doom guys should have had more. Like, I wanted more weapons, more customization of my armor, you know, more reasons to care about actually upgrading. But then again, that's another issue that with Doom Dark Ages I forgot to mention. The upgrade system's kind of pointless because the game is hard by default. It's hard on the easiest level, and then it's harder on the, you know, the what was it, a nightmare difficulty, whatnot. And the only like upgrades that are pretty much useful are the shield upgrades. Everything else is just So it's just the shield melee upgrades. Everything else is just kind of like, oh, you do double damage and whatnot. But do you really? You kind of do, but if it's on Nightmare, you're just going to be, you know, constantly trying to destroy and murder all these demons. And it's just pure skill. So let me just go ahead and state why, you know, this tier list is the way it is. I rate these games based off of gameplay, and I rate it based off of replayability. Now, of course, anyone can say replayability. We can all agree that Doom Guy, the Ancient Gods DLC, whether you like it or not, is very flawed with its storytelling, how it's presented, and it honestly could have been told just a little bit better. It's still fun. It's still great. I have yet to play it. So again, where would I take my word for it, right? Well, that's because a friend of mine by the name of Red Prince pretty much had a really nice discussion about this with me and stated how this Ancient Gods DLC wasn't really needed, but it's there, and a lot of people praised it, but he was one of the ones that didn't like it at all. Now, I have yet to check out the cutscenes, but I learned at the ending um, I don't know, a lot of people say it made them cry, it made them, you know, feel like all these emotions. But again, I just feel like this is just a reason just to make Doom OP, you know, so he can, you know, fight against the likes of other characters from, you know, other universes. And if that's the case, then understandable. Because someone that can take out, well, their version of God and the devil, that's definitely as strong as you're going to get. And the only way that anyone can pretty much destroy him is if his soul is taken out and ripped to shreds or something. So, anyone else? Well, you're just kind of boned. But anyway, the reason why Doom, Final Doom, and Doom are peak fictions because they are the OGs. They are the original. You got Doom. You got Doom 2016, which is really just a reboot of one of the best games of all time. You got Final Doom. These games are nearly perfect. There's nothing that needs to be changed whatsoever. I do have my gripes with Doom 2016, just a little bit, but it's literally just regular Doom. I remember I watched a gameplay comparison of Doom from 1993, ooh, the year that I was born, many others, and Doom itself. And I noticed how it all is the same, but better. And then Final Doom is just like, well, this was before Doom 2016, and you know, and it's just all great. Then you have Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom Eternal, Doom Dark Age, and all these other games. And the reason why I put them in great games is that they innovate a little bit too much to the point where it slows the gameplay down. The platform in Doom Eternal slows it down. Like, let me just mow down enemies without these, you know, these little silly segments. Like the puzzles can slow it down. Find the key card slows it down. Like, again, there should have been a way for us to bypass this without any issues. Then we got, of course, Doom 64, which a lot of people either like or hate. And the other Doom games, well, it's Doom. It plays like Doom, so I guess, you know, it's whatever. Then we got Mighty Doom and Doom and Doom 3. We can all agree that Doom 3 is absolutely terrible. But the reason why I put it on flawed but enjoyable is that the majority stated that while it may be a bad Doom game, it is an actual good video game. That's why I put it in flawed but enjoyable. Then, of course, any mobile versions and whatnot. Of course, there may be some issues with like frame rate and whatnot, but if it's Doom and it works, it works. I mean, people could play Doom in a microwave. They could play Doom on on a surgery machine. Like Doom could be played on anything, anything. You hear me? Anything. Like right now, if I want to, I can go on the Google Play Store right now as we speak and download Doom. And if I'm correct, I believe you can even download mods for Doom. So don't underestimate this game. And of course, Professor Track will be like, oh, you can play Professor on anything. No, Doom did it first. Now, Mighty Doom, I'll have to check out some gameplay. That I'm not too familiar with what that is, so let me just check out some gameplay real quick. I love ads. I love ads. This looks like a cute little game. What's wrong with it? It's just chibi Doom. That's it. But there's no blood or anything. But it's a cute little version of Doom, and I honestly don't see what's wrong with it. It's a shame that you can't play this game anymore. Wait, can you? I can't even find it. Let me look this up. Can I play this game, or is it discontinued? Oh, it's shut down. Is it mediocre, free to play, top down? Oh, oh. I'm gonna see if there's still a way that I can just play it. Doubt it, but you know. Because if I can still play it, I'll be pretty cool. But anywho, yeah, I do see what people are saying. It is mediocre and all that jazz. It's just, it's Doom. I mean, Doom is Doom is Doom, but Doom 3 is still terrible. Terrible Doom game, but a great, great game. And then, of course, there's these other games. I think these like mods. And I'm just going to put major problems, probably like bugs, glitches, or it's just downright broken. But honestly, that's it. A lot of these games are good except Doom 3. Again, bad Doom game, good video game. But I feel like that was the problem with Doom the Dark Ages. It just tried to innovate a little bit too much. If they're going to do the extra innovation, pull it aside as a mini game. Hey Isaiah, how's it going? Pull it aside as a mini game. That's it. Just put it aside as a mini game, and that's all you need to do. So it's unfortunate, but you know that's Doom. Most of the Doom games I rate like mostly a B. Even the ones that are like, oh, you know, oh, there's no blood here and whatnot. Because again, it's Doom, and Doom is amazing. So, and I rarely give like a Doom game like a what was it like a 9 out of 10. I think the one I gave like almost a 10 out of 10 was Doom 2016. Then it was Doom Eternal, and then Doom the Dark Age. So it's like so close to being a 10, but not really. Unless you count Final Doom, then well, that's just cheating because you can add all the mods that you want. So that's not fair. But yeah, that's what it is. Uh, I guess that's it. I'll talk more about Doom next time because I actually want to talk more about like the levels and like different weapons and whatnot because I'm really enjoying Doom. It's an amazing game and I love listening to MF Doom while playing Doom, and I love listening to Doom 2016, Eternal, and even Doom Dark Age music or Doom music, even Doom 3 music while I play Doom. Doom is Doom, and Doom will forever be amazing and eternal. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let's talk about something a little bit more on the serious side again. To apologize, I've been dealing with depression. I'm not gonna lie. When Sabu passed away, and then of course hearing about, noticing that my family member, my dog, haven't been acting like themselves, it's just kind of like, So how have I been dealing with this? Well, discount mayonnaise. How's it going? Honestly, that's a funny username. I love it already. But I don't think I would eat discount mayonnaise because, the expiration date. Jeremy, how's it going? Jeremy, everyone, if y'all can do me a favor, please share this live and check out my YouTube. And if you missed out, I was just stating that I'm doing everything that I can to help raise money for my family member's surgery that's coming up soon. Otherwise, she's going to have to take out a loan, a big loan. So, yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate, but she's being strong about it, and I'm being strong with her, and I know she's in good hands with the doctors. The doctors have not failed her; they haven't failed me. I've heard horror stories about doctors failing others during surgery, but I'm gonna, you know, stay at peace and be hopeful. But yeah, honestly, I received a lot of encouragement from surprisingly residents, higher up staff, and they have just been very helpful and kind to me, during this week. Um, therapy's been helping me. Heck, I'm going to be seeing my therapist again twice, so it's going to be let's see, I believe on Wednesday and then again on Friday. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, I'm always happy to see my therapist because she's very helpful. She even helped me. Uh, what was it? 2 days ago. I'm glad you're doing good, Jeremy. Working out, exercising. I definitely, worked out today. I was going to work out a little bit again, so maybe I will. I don't know, but I got to make sure I get my rest. Um, Toe beans, because obvious, because they're cute, fluffy, and well, if you know me, you know. So, but again, if there's any boundaries, then of course, obviously, I respect that. Treating myself out, you already heard me, um, eat pizza and all that stuff. And I want to definitely say this. I probably am not going to eat pizza from anywhere ever again. Like, if it's offered to me, I'll eat like maybe a slice or two, but working it off your body is a pain. And I don't want to deal with that again because of all that grease and everything. But yeah, I treated myself out a little bit. Didn't spend too much, especially after hearing what's going on with my family member. So that's a relief. And then, of course, the Savvy Trivia. I want to give a special thank you to Wyatt and Pony, Phi Godzilla, Knight, Syra, Winter, and just everyone that's part of the roleplay team for allowing me to do my tributes, helping out with setting the shows. That really helped me out a lot. I truly appreciate it. I had so much fun Monday, Friday. Sorry, Tuesday and Friday. It still hurts. I'm still grieving about it. But, and heck, I'm still grieving about Pope Francis. But, we shall get through this. We are strong. And in a roundabout way, being ghosted honestly helped me too. Sometimes you deal with a lot in life, and you do what you can for others, and it's like no matter what you do, it's not enough, and then you end up getting ghosted. Like, oh, someone says, "Oh, I'm gonna hang out with you, no, 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 I'm gonna do this," and then it's just like you get ghosted. And it's just like, okay. So then I thought to myself, like, well, have I done this to people? And so then, hey, well deserved for me. But after hearing this news about what's going on with my family member, I mean, you can kind of understand like why I've been kind of like standoffish with people. It's not anyone's done anything wrong. It's just I just gotta keep it real, you know. So my therapist told me I need to be more open about my feelings, and not just be more open because I am. It's actually stating my feelings. So that's the difficult part. How does being ghosted makes me feel? When I was a kid, it made me feel scummy. As a teenager, I was lost, and as an adult, I'm just like, yeah. But I guess when when I get ghosted or by myself, perhaps I guess I do feel a little like a pinch of like betrayal, like betrayed. I don't know. I mean, I'm just throwing emotions out there. I don't actually really feel that way, but I guess it feels like that. I mean, it stinks, but life happens. People are busy and everything. So, it's like when you meet someone and you offer to like be their friend, and then they just don't know how to be a friend, so they just kind of like just look at you funny. And it's just like, well, I mean, guilty is charged for me. People want to get to know me, and I say sure, and I'm available, and I put myself on blue, and then no one joins, and then it's like, oh, I gotta constantly keep finding these people and requesting to join them or having requests to join me, and it's just freaking VRChat, I swear. Anyway, but yeah, like just what was it? Yesterday, I was messaging someone. Erica was her name, and I was checking to see she was okay. And then I was in her Discord, and she literally just deleted everything. Like I checked the Fur Infinity, I checked the Discord, everything's gone. Now, as I'm checking here, she still has, from what I checked, she still has her Discord, so that's good. So still alive, but I feel like she's just undergoing some really dark, deep depression. Um, so I truly wish her the best. I just wish she just came to me and talked to me about it. I had time at work. If she needed someone to talk to or cry to, I would have gladly called my supervisor, say, hey, it's an emergency. I just need 30 minutes. And they would have literally be like, go ahead. Go ahead. Take an extra minute if you want to. Like, I'm not even joking. They will do that, because they like me like that. So apparently she just going through some deep depression and whatnot, and like I said, I just wish her the best. Because it stinks. Dealing with depression stinks. But how did that make me feel when the server was gone and all I was just trying to do was reach out and help? I mean, again, I had that feeling of betrayal, but at the same time, it's like, can't really feel betrayed when all she was to you was at first someone that you admired and looked up to, and then y'all end up being like acquaintances to salvage the pain of being hurt if things didn't work out. So yeah, uh, being ghosted stinks, but the best way to deal with it is think about what you can do, don't take it personal, and just take care of yourself. Yeah. And the emotional support from those who have checked in on me, you know who you are. I thank you. I thank you in advance. And I hope that one day I can do the same thing in the future, or at least try to. So, ugh. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I check back on my streams, I laugh when I'm like talking, and then all of a sudden I'm just I look at listen to myself like, why did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say this. So I just kind of like laugh at myself. Like I gotta check my YouTube vids, and I'm getting like a bunch of thumbs down, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, there's only so much I can do, so it doesn't bother me. I just kind of laugh. I'm like, yay, people are being honest. Woohoo! I'm getting thumbs down. Let's go. Yeah. So it happens. It's kind of funny how I'm happy that I'm getting thumbs down instead of thumbs up. I kind of wish that TikTok had that feature, a thumbs down feature, so that way you know if you're doing things correctly, and then someone can reach out and be like, "Hey, this is why your video got thumbs down. Here's what you need to do better." No, TikTok's cruel. It literally will just make you suffer by having barely any views in your vids. So that's just wild. But in addition to all of that, I guess that's it. I know I talked about a lot, mostly about what's going on with my family member and Doom Dark Ages. Oh yeah, so I just tested out. You cannot play Mighty Doom. They literally shut down the servers. You can't even play the game in offline mode. See, to me, that just rustles my jimmies because I just don't understand why games like this continue to exist. Where hey, we exist, we're just free to play game, and then years later it just shuts down. And then I'll give them this: at least you got your money back. But Also, I am exploring other avenues. So to all my adult friends, just DM me, and I'll give you more details on that. Just crossing my hooves to see if I get approved. Don't expect any type of similar content that y'all thinking of. I may do collabs, yes, but that's as much as it will go. I'm literally just, for those other platforms for adults only, I'm mostly just I'm going to do the same thing here, but I'll be able to like show examples and, actually talk about it more in depth while also combining psychology. So I'll be able to do that in like VR while I'm, you know, in my natural, how do I put this? Natural position. So, all right, that's as far as I can go because, never know who listens in on these streams. But, yeah, let me just go ahead and take a deep breath. Lots went down. But to Erica, Lucivia, wish you the best. Know that you're not alone. And I still kind of fail to understand this with those that deal with depression. Why do y'all feel like you have to just crawl into this hole and just like, no, let us help you out of that hole. You don't have to constantly, um, you know. Thank you, Jeremy. And spreading the word also helps too. So don't worry about that. Don't forget, you can always spread the word. Best wishes are great, but spreading the word or, I don't know, that helps as well. But I appreciate the wishes. But it's like I don't understand this. Like if I offend someone or whatnot, like you ever had that moment where some people just will not let you have that chance to do it right? Like I don't. People are just people. It's only so much you can do with them. Like I said, I try with people. I try. That's all I can do is I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try, folks. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try. And that's it. I'm not gonna try to, fix it. I'm gonna try, and that is that. That's all I can do. I'm just gonna try. Ugh. That's all I'm gonna do is try. I actually want to play some Doom, but I'm over here talking about this stuff. I just got a message from Seal who said, "Go ahead and make a post for your friend on my Discord and tag everyone." I really appreciate that. I will make sure to do that. But they actually want me to do that now, so I guess I can do that. Like I said, like do I don't know where to put that though. Do I put it under promo or I'm just gonna uh I'll just put it under promo. Folks, I'll be right back. Enjoy this Doom music while I do this because I really am thankful for Seal for doing that for me. It's all the emotional support that I can get, and you know, Doom 2016. Also, another gripe that I have with Doom and Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, is that the monsters didn't look scary. Only like a couple of them, but in Doom: The Dark Ages, everyone looks horrifying. So they got that right. They got that right. They mastered that, and that's pretty cool. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Uh, a big shout out to Seal Ure. Make sure you follow them on this Twitch, and follow them on TikTok as well, but they're mostly on Twitch. Please encourage them, strengthen them. They went through a lot. I helped them through a lot. I got banned from certain streamers just for, trying to help this individual because of false claims. But it's funny how out of everyone, they're the one reaching out to me saying that I can do this. So I appreciate them for that. It's funny. People point their finger and judge certain people, but the same people that they judge that are innocent or whatnot, or atone for their sins, will be the same ones because you showed them mercy, willing to say, you know what, this person had my back, let me help them out. It pays. It pays. Speaking of which, I need to find Starlight real quick. This is so heartbreaking. Everybody's doing the best that they can to help one another, man. I'm honestly trying not to tear up. All right, I'm almost done, folks. All right, so I did my part. Anybody have any questions, concerns, confused about anything? Jacob, beautiful individual. Dust Bunny's good to see you. Again, all I ask that you just share the stream. If you can share the stream, that means the world. All right, that's enough Doom music. Okay, so I got 11 minutes. I would stream a little bit more, but I'll say that for the next one. Any questions? Again, I don't have a lot of details on this surgery because my family members always been like this, where they try to figure things out themselves until it's, you know. So no questions, no comments, no concerns. How are y'all doing today? I know I threw a lot at y'all, really did, and I want to thank y'all so much for just always being there for me, my streams. I get that my streams can be like kind of off putting or like go left, go right. But seriously, just being here and talking to me or just checking in on me, it means the world. It really does. You got to understand that it's, as Stone Fox Media says, it's the little things that matter. It's just the little things. It doesn't have to be anything big or grandiose. And that's why I do my streams the way that I do. Because I try to like differentiate myself from these big streamers. I'm trying to show people what it was like before there was all of this big reveals and all of that stuff. This is how streaming was back then. It was chill, it was calm. People would just talk, or they allowed the streamer to fall asleep if they needed to. Streamer will walk away, take breaks. They will just lurk if they're not around. And then, of course, to be fair, if the streamer's gone for too long, yeah, go ahead and go. But it's like, it was fair back then. There was no, people just selecting who they want to support. Everyone was peaceful. They wanted to help one another out. But all of this, oh, this person betrayed me, and da 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 da, it gets old and everything. And that's why no matter what goes on with me, I do my very best to not even think about that stuff. I just say, you know what? Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it stunk. But it's not the end of the world. You know? And that's what people gotta understand. It's not the end of the world if someone backstabs you, betrays you, or someone unfriends you, or stuff like that. And I really try my best to like snap you out of that. I've done that with what? One, two, three, four, five. I've lost track. I've lost track. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and just state this, and I'm gonna try to calm myself down because now I'm like hyped. A friend of mine, right? I'll keep them anonymous. They stated to me, and I quote, this was what they stated to me. They said, "How did you grow such chillness and thick skin with trolls?" Now this one hit me hard because it's tough. So I'll go ahead and tell y'all a story, okay? So you all know about me getting bullied and all that stuff. That's nothing new. It's obvious that it happened to me. But people ask me like, you know, like them, hey, 20 BK, how you doing? But people, they ask me like, well, how did you survive bullying? How did you do this? And my response to them is simply, I had a lot of people help me. And I had to choose whether I want to listen and take their advice or not. When you get bullied for the first time, it does something to you mentally. It makes you feel weak. It makes you feel powerless. It makes you feel like that there's nothing that you can do. There's bullies everywhere. There's bullies in the White House. There's bullies at work. There's bullies when you attend school and college these days. They're everywhere. And it's always those that feel like that they're better than them. And the worst type of bullies are the ones that are bigger and richer than you. Those are the worst type of bullies because they have financial backing, they have politics to back them up. And you have to ask yourself this one question every time you're being bullied. After you stand up to yourself, you say, hey, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. You know, and all that. So you go do all those tips, you read the books. You have to ask yourself this one question when you're dealing with bullies and trolls. How much power am I giving them? Because when you argue with them, when you get mad at them, and we've all lashed out, but then you ask yourself, well, how much power did I just give them now? They got so mad because I said that, because they said that to me, and they won. Or I could just walk away. Give them that look and just walk away. Don't even care. You see, when you pay so much attention to it, that's how they win. When you get triggered, when they come by you, that's how they win. But when you do you and not care, or you walk away, but you stand your ground, and you let them know, this is my house. I don't care what you say. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me who I can talk to, whatnot. Then they have no choice but to respect you. You just have to tell yourself two questions. What do I benefit from it? How much power am I giving them? The answer should be zero power. And the second answer should be you benefit from it by learning something on how not to be like them. Because if you end up being like them, then you didn't learn the lesson. Nicholas, it's fun. How you doing? That's how you deal with bullies. That's how you deal with trolls. Ask them. Ask yourself, are they worth... Jacob, how you doing? Ask yourself, are they worth my time? Get a pen and paper. Write down small goals, large goals. Make sure you have it, taped on a wall. And every time you get frustrated by these trolls, look at that list. And then set a timer like this, the one that I have. And then ask yourself, how much of my time are they taking? Time is valuable, folks, especially when you're older. And dealing with bullies, whether they're rich or not, is not worth your time. Dealing with folks talking about they could do more push-ups than you, you're scrawny and weak, it's not worth your time. Take their insults and say, you know what? I will implement more to my workout. But I love myself the way I am as of right now. And they say, oh, yeah, you're still a loser, whatnot. Well, whatever. I don't see that. You see that. And that's you. You can see that. You have freedom of speech. You can call them whatever you want. But I don't believe it. I never will believe it because I know who I am. When you know who you are, their words mean nothing to you. Absolutely nothing. That's how you become chill with them. Heck, I became friends with them. And then they end up learning how much of a jerk they were. And they end up being a better person. Heck, some of them are big streamers now. Yeah, I met folks that were once jerks and then they turned to big streamers and now they're the sweetest people you ever met. Yeah. That's happened. That's definitely happened. Not everybody's born, a jerk. That is a top learned behavior. And I wish people understand that. And I wish psychologists would remember that no one's born evil. Doesn't matter what their diagnosis is, what their mental illness is. It is a learned behavior to someone else, or a trigger response due to an event that happened that was not handled properly. That's how a jerk is created. If you pay attention to all these amazing movies and cartoons from back in the day, that's how it starts. How the villain has a monologue every time the hero says, why are you like this? They say it all started when I was a kid. Because it's true. That's where it all starts. It starts when they're young. So when you see when a person is acting this way and they're frustrated, you can't help but practice empathy. When I see people like Proximity Chat, Meso Mayo, and all these other folks that work hard on these VR chat trolling videos, you gotta ask, like, is there anything else you can do besides troll videos? Is is VR chat drama all you could do? Is really is that it? I'm just gonna just tell you the truth, and this is someone who loves Mesa May. I've been following him for a while. That's kind of sad. You're telling me that when you get older, when you finally get married, you're gonna look back and say, "Yeah, man, look at all these people that I trolled. Look at all these people that I made angry." I get it. All these folks I mentioned are young. They're not bad people. They're not evil people. They're not Hitler. It's just you gotta ask yourself, like, what is all that money and whatnot worth it? Is the clout worth it? Just for a few seconds of fame, just to say, yeah, I'm the guy that troll people and I bring laughs and whatnot. Dave Chappelle would look at trolls like y'all and say, y'all are amateurish. He would literally do an hour segment on just VR chat trolls and talk about how pathetic y'all are. Because that man's an expert. That man can make people laugh without having to bring misfortune to others. Now, I get that there's always this yin and yang where these folks actually do good, where they actually expose terrible people. But then I think to myself, does it ever have to go to that extreme? We're going backwards, folks. Where some people say, I'm going to humiliate this bully in front of everyone, and that bully is going to change their ways. We were taught that in the 90s that that's how you do it. What we're learning is it has a domino effect. Because if that person is humiliated by everyone in the school, and they receive no type of emotional support at home or whatnot, then it's going to have the exact opposite effect. It's going to make them worse. But hey, haha, hee hee, this video got 200,000 views. It's great, man. This is content. This is content, man. I love trolling people. I love making people miserable. Because I'm secretly miserable. To all the teenagers and 20-year-olds that do this, listen to me when I say this. You're going to look back, man, and you're going to be like, why did I make this content? You don't see it now because you're young. Trust me. You're talking to someone when they were young. They would throw toys in the air, break them, and laugh and think that's funny and, do all this other stuff that was, silly or how y'all say cringe. And you're going to have that moment. And you're not going to like that moment. You're going to say, why did I do that? Not now. Because you're in your zone. You got your views. You got people that like you. You got people that you hang around and they rooting you. Ooh, make more, make more. But as you get older, you're going to have a situation that, unfortunately Erica, Lucilia did, had dealt with. You're going to have a realization. Just walk away. You're going to delete it. You're going to walk away. It's happened. There was someone that made troll videos on, what was it? And the president. I don't know why they deleted their stuff. They didn't do anything wrong, but they felt so bad about themselves that they deleted everything and devote their whole life to God. Not joking. Look it up. Look it up. This stuff happens, man. And I'm just here watching the picture show. That's why whatever I do on the internet, I just remain anonymous. You know what I mean? Like, I just have an anonymous name went up. Because that way if I look, I'm like, oh, whatever. I was anonymous. Who cares? Oh, yeah, I said that joke. Yeah, whatever. I was anonymous. Who cares? But at the same time, I still got to be responsible for what I say. Like, honestly, enjoy being young. Have fun if that's what makes you happy. Trolling people, ruining their lives. If that's what makes you happy, fine. That's cool. Now I get it. Like they're terrible people that you're doing this to. An eye for an eye always backfires. Yeah, you poked them in the eye, they're gonna poke you right back, and then they're gonna poke you in the other eye, and then before you know it, you're gonna hit them in the nutsack, and they're gonna hit you in the nutsack, or if you have a nutsack, I don't know. It's never gonna end. You poke the horn, like you poke the buttocks of a bull, you're gonna get the horn. And then if you try to beat down the bull, to bloody death, then the bull has family. They're gonna. It's just you gotta understand that it's never gonna stop. And then and I don't wish this on y'all, when y'all get exposed, then what do? You run and hide. You run and hide, and instead of confronting, what happened. Like, for example, there's a situation with Saber Spark where someone was lying, trolling, or whatever, and it almost ruined Saber Spark's life, literally. I was wondering, like, how come Saber Spark's not making videos like he used to? Well, we know why. Because of this person. Everyone's like, oh, there's allegations, and it turns out all those allegations were fake. Which I called, by the way. It's like stuff like this. It's just, when do we go too far? It's funny. Listen, I went too far with my jokes before. That's why I look at these folks and I say, I get why they do it, but it's going to really stink when they are older. Hey, JV, how you doing? When they're really older and they look back at all those videos that they made, trolling people, whatnot, and one day they're going to hear the news that they trolled somebody so bad to the point where they end up in a mental hospital. And that's when they're going to have that realization. I went too far. We've all had it. I'm hanging in there, just spreading the word about my family member who needs surgery. But other than that, all's good. I'm hanging in there. Work's good. Maintain my exercise, just the usual. Drew is the usual. How are you? But yeah, I think y'all get it. If you don't, well, I try. I try. I get it. Y'all young. Fake this stuff's funny. I get it. Listen, guilty as charged. I used to laugh at shows like Tom and Jerry or people getting beat up, and I would laugh at that. I get that. It's fiction. That's all fiction. But the stuff that happens in VR chat, man, I swear people don't realize that it's real life. Oh no, it's not real life. It's not real life, man. And you're living in the Matrix. Yeah, well, tell that to certain people who were actually heavily impacted by that app. But as I like to say, if that makes sense. That's my favorite line because I just want to know if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, then I'll be quiet and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. But anywho, I guess that's it. But that's all I just pretty much just wanted to say when it comes to that question. And I'll repeat the question for those who just came by. How am I so chill and thick skin around trolls? One more time. Number one, ask yourself how much time they're wasting of yours. Number two, how much power do you give them? Which should be very minimal. This is what you do with bullies. This is what you do with those that are narcissists. You just don't give them the time of day. They're not worth your time. It's hard at first, but as you get older, you're gonna look and be like, they were never worth my time. They were never worth me getting mad about. They were never worth me getting frustrated about. They were never worth me getting, suicidal about. They were never worth that. They were never worth me having a mental breakdown about because they're nothing to me. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube. But yeah, it's just you got to ask yourself these questions when you're dealing with people and they're putting you under this level of stress. That's when you have to ask yourself, are they worth it? Late try, how you doing? How you doing? But I think that's it, honestly. Is there anything? Oh, I got time, but I think I'll save that for another stream. I was going to talk about the difference between SFW and 18 plus because I can't say the other term because again, you never know who's watching, never know who's listening. So, but yeah. Oh man, my nose. But I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully, you all are enjoying my content. I do the best that I can. And I know some of you are like, well, how come you don't add music to your stuff anymore? Well, I'm glad you asked. When I checked my YouTube, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, I got a copyright warning. Here for a while, I get to ask this. Pansexual? I don't think I've heard of pansexual. Pansexual. Well, let's learn together. Pansexuality is sexual, romantic, or emotional attraction towards people of all genders, or regardless of their sex or gender identity. So you pretty much just do whatever. Or Merriam-Webster is someone who could be attracted to males, females, transgender individuals, and those who identify as non-binary, not female or male. But since we're talking about pone, I guess pone just means the same thing as pansexual, but brony? There you go. Because again, it's pony, so I guess just another term for pony. So same thing as pansexual, just pony, brony. That's it. Really, really easy. It's difficult at first, like all these terms, but it's just pretty, pretty simple. By the way, to those that are adults here, check out the graphic novel Jack. Really, really good graphic novel. Again, thank you to Astian for recommending that to me. So good. Just type in Jack furry comic. So good. It'll change your life. I need to read more of it though. I honestly do. I guess that's that. I honestly have nothing else to discuss because I'm not gonna lie, my main focus is just playing Doom, and it's 2:27. And I want to play a little bit of Doom before I go to bed alone. So, guess that about does it. Share the stream, please. Make sure you let everyone know that your fellow Pwn. Oh, Doom's been amazing. People been playing Doom since I was born, 1993. Yeah, people still play Doom. I even got the numbers to prove it. Doom Eternal. 3,656 players are playing Doom. Doom 2016. 2,805 players are playing Doom. Doom plus Doom 2, 335 players on Steam. Doom 64, 40. Doom 3, surprisingly, 31. And of course, surprisingly, no one's playing Final Doom, but they're probably playing it, all Steam. And then, of course, the new Doom game, where it has 18,807 players. People still play Doom to this day. So it's not, why is everyone playing Doom? No, 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 no. People have been playing Doom forever. Like, ever since that game has been made, people have been playing it forever. It has not stopped. Every year I hear about Doom. Doom, 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 Doom. Any questions? So I appreciate you all so much, especially for the emotional support, encouragement. It's been a week, so there's my Cash App. Any amount helps, which is dollar sign why people buy. Uh, that's it. I know I said that's it. It's y'all take care. Now go play Doom the Dark Age. And again, whatever y'all can donate, awesome. If not, share. That's great too. Much love. Take care. Show love to one another. Hug one another. Stop hating one another. Again, I'll say this one more time and I'll say it again. It doesn't matter who's in office. It doesn't matter what goes on, on the royal side of someone's family. It's all about how you still treat people and how you treat yourself at the end of the day. Well, I tried. That's all I can do.